Sorry, I've got to do a lot of stuff. Sorry. I think the chat is live. No. See you in a minute. All right. Go ahead and pull our experiments apart. I'll be right back though. All I'm doing is getting a little more dad juice. I guess that little bit will have to do for now. A little coffee. And we're gonna go ahead and open up this ring. See what we got here. What up, Smoke? Let me see if I can get my chat on for y'all. I apologize if I have missed your chat. I am trying to figure it out. That's our ring. We're gonna go ahead and open it. See if we can go ahead and officially clean that up. Smoke's here to see the results. What's up, Noah? How you doing? Gotta cut down the distractions. Oh, I feel you, man. I feel you. I'm not mad at that one little bit, Smoke. Not one little bit. But let's check this out, because we got some interesting stuff here, I think. Because we're still gonna have to do some shaping after this, but I think ultimately we can get both some volume and some beauty out of this thing. I don't know why we wouldn't do that. Let's see if we can. A lot of shadows over here today. Just getting the paper off itself. And I wonder if I should just sand that. Might be the better way to go about it. Yep. Do some quick sanding. Why not? We got sandpaper. I'm gonna go with some 120. Run this one right quick. Hans says don't scratch it. You're right. I don't want to scratch it, but I also gotta. I can polish it, right? If I do. Polish it, I think, right? Only thing is I'm not great with polish. Use a hairdryer to soften the glue. Would a heat gun be too much? I got a question about that. Because that's a good idea. Smoke said we finna find out. Well, what I'm sure of is I got a heat gun somewhere in here. Like, I ain't me without a heat gun. I've been loving you, but I've do have. Oh, not you fall. Sorry, something was trying to fall. I'm gonna go grab my hair dryer. See if that'll work. That might be a better idea, Franz. I'm following your lead on this one, champ. I'll be right back. All right. Here I am, back in the building. The thick accent and everything. This kid must be a wee slow in the brains. Little bit slow in the brains department. I am. All right. Just light the tape on fire. Let's see. Put my cup on this side of the action. I don't know why I didn't anticipate heat from that. I'm like, oh, it's getting hot. Dirt. So, like a true professional, I put some rusty pliers on it. But that should hold the weapon. Come on, get right. Get right. You know you want to hold it. Why are you acting like? I really don't want to hold this with these pliers by themselves. I am a hack. I'm just not quite that much of a hack. So put a little bit of bend on a little bit of that board, and we'll just hold it that way. Too close, set the table on fire. Absolutely. Like a vet. I can't tell if y'all are here or if y'all are allies or praying for my downfall. Get a little more heat on this thing. A little more heat on this thing. Smoke says I'm here for the flames, the hot fire. I don't know what exactly. Okay. Feeling papery. What's wild is I used the non-adhesive side of the tape right there so that I wouldn't have this problem. But I'm wrong. I was sorely wrong. I'm feeling like the only answer, because I'm just softening up the epoxy at this point, I think, because it feels a little more rubbery now. I wonder if there's any way to tear into this, because I'm definitely going to have to shape it anyway, right? Like, I'm definitely not in final form. And I am getting a bit nervous. Oh, I'm getting some of it. I'm gonna leave the top intact. I'm gonna scratch the life out of the sides. Yo! We got some euros in this building from Hans. Appreciate you, Hans, for showing up. Throwing some cash over our way. Yes. Now, our experiments to take over the world have been funded. Thanks to Hans. You have captured the United States market now. France. It does look like an engine gasket. Yeah, we're just gonna knock it down on the sides. But this ain't a bad look, I don't think. I think I am heading in a positive direction. As far as the rings go. But I think the blue was a good idea. I don't know who said the blue, but whoever did, good job. Smoke said purple, because you know it's smoke. She's either gonna be purple or green with that guy. All right, Smoke, we'll see you then, bro. True bush style, for sure. Assalamu alaikum, my brother. Or sister, if I'm being honest, I can't read it well enough to know, but I can greet you. I can tell you you're welcome here. I can say that. I think we got kind of an interesting dynamic happening here. I like the way it's gone. I wish this paper were off by now, but I'm not too mad at that though. It's turning out to be quite a delicate little ring. But we needed some of that. What the world needs now, some more wooden rings. Somebody hitting me. Hold on one second. Hello, this is Wes. Yes? No stone. This is epoxy. We have poured a tiny little epoxy pour in there from our last event. And what that did is give us something else to shape, fill in, and make our ring a little bit more interesting. Working on it though. I'm hoping that I'm scrubbing on is actual paper and not something else weird. I wonder if I wet that, would it help? Yeah, that's why the tape don't want to come off. I'm gonna go put a little bit of water in. I'll be right back. We'll just dunk it. Come right back. Okay, so now we can see a little bit more clearly what sort of happened here. But I'm going to continue sanding this until I can get that tape off. It's going to have to do it. Even if I got to round it over. My concern is, though, that I'm not actually hitting tape. I might be hitting a piece of that wood chip, because this epoxy also has intentional wood chips in it when I set this and sandwich these two. So I got to be careful that I don't mistake that for tape. End up sanding out too much or something like that. Because that looks like tape, right? Looks like tape. Next time after pouring cup and sticks to the wood, put a little Vaseline or oil on the inside of the tape to have it loosen. Yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, I hear you. Oh, there we go. We just got through. Got that tape right off. Finally. Finally. Now, what I think I'm going to do here is go ahead and knock this down. Probably much more than I originally intended to. But what I am going to do is polish it all the way back up, because epoxy, you can keep polishing. Like wood, you can stop at 220. You're not going to get much more in terms of results. But in epoxy, you can. So let me go to something a little heavier on this sand right quick. And we're just going to clean up a little bit of that and round it out some. Hey, Hans, you enjoy your weekend too. I appreciate you hanging out. If you're still here, you're welcome. Going better. Hey, Sanville, how you doing? We are cutting into this epoxy ring, and now we are contemplating the polishing. I think I want to make this a little bit rounder over-y, if that's a word. I don't think it is. But I can get it nice and round and clean. Let me a flat front right here. And then just polish all of that down to something cool. I'll be good with that. Have a little Aquarius ring, a little Pisces piece. We're going to have to get our basic shape with the hard stuff. And I think that's where we are. Get rid of that 120. Bump back up to the 220. Javier, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for showing up. Welcome to the chat. Polishing up this ring. Gonna go super smooth if we can. Try to get this one looking like the finish, I think, is going to be the big deal on this one. Osvaldo Mendoza, how you doing? Making a ring today. It's going all right. Appreciate your likes and your subscribes. Thanks for everybody who's doing that. Anybody who isn't, I'll find you. And when I do, I'll enhance a certain amount of skills and particular talents. Just kidding. Come over and make you something pretty is what I'll do. Real soft, getting real pretty. I'm okay with that. I'm getting to a consistent form now. That's what I'm after here. Consistent form. Again, I really do think the finishes on this one are going to be the key. Right now, we're at 220. I think we need some 400 grit. We'll see if we can find that. This is 1500. We don't need that yet. Let's see what else we got. 2000. 120, don't need that. 150, don't need that. That 2000 will be good in a minute. All right, 400. Seen better days. Our 400 is best wet, so I'm gonna go get some. I'm gonna actually get some water and come back with it this time. Maybe I'll put it in my coffee cup. I'll drink this down. I'll be back with undrinkable water. All right, got a little water. Dump that sandpaper in it. Do a quick wet sand. My hands are getting so gross. I gotta get into quite a bit of water here. So what I'll do, get all this stuff from under my feet for 2 seconds. And put some gloves on just in case we get into any chemical. Don't wet your hands before you put gloves on. How annoying. I like tight gloves. I think it's time to accept that I may not actually have a small hand. Ugh. And weirdly, I'm not getting my chat up anymore. Oh, everybody, some people said, hey, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. All right. We're almost back. Where the frick is the ring? What do we do with the ring? Oh, it's right here. Losing my mind looking for a glove that'll fit. It's become the put some gloves on show. I've never had such a hard time putting on a pair of gloves in my life. I guess the hands are wet is a problem for real. All right, 400 wet sand. Let's go. Let's get the work going. Peace, peace, and blessings. Thanks for anybody who's showing up, showing out for you, man. This is 400 grit on the wet sand. Kind of tough to do that. Don't really have any power for it. That polish. And oh my God, these gloves are not worth the effort. They're not making it better. I swear, if I could polish this thing up right, that would be nice. Dunk it in our water again. That's what we've got. We'll go to our 1500. And this isn't going to mean anything on the wood. The wood is already as polished as it's going to get. Right now we're trying to get this epoxy polished back to shiny and brilliant. If that's a thing. Hadn't been much of an epoxy guy. Still not much of an epoxy guy. But I've got some epoxy. Why wouldn't I do something with it? Can't tell what that is. Can't tell if that's sanding out or not. Or if that's something to sand out or not. It was a 200. Back to the 4. Yeah, I think that was something to sand out. Back to the 2000. I'm sorry, this is 1500. Bump up to 2000. Hey Zeus, how you doing? Welcome. Let's see. We're at the 2000 mark. It might be as far as we need to go. It might be as far as we can go. Jesus says thank you. It says it's beautiful. I appreciate that. We are going to go inside of this finger area and around it because we still want it smooth as possible. And while it's wet, those wood grains and strands are standing up. We can knock them down a little bit. Let's see what we got here. A nice little blue flowing over it. It's got a couple of those. I can't tell if that's supposed to be there. I think I'm going to try to get that out. but it is super smooth right now. But I am OCD right now. So I'm gonna hit it just a little bit. The 200. It's gonna scuff it up again, I know. But it's not gonna misshape it in any way. What we just wanna know is if that's just below the surface or if it's deep. If it's just below the surface, we want it out. If it's deep, we don't have a choice. I think we can find out pretty easy here. I know it looks rough. It looks worse than it is what I'm doing. But remember, we got all this paper still left. We can get it all back. Problem is, I can kind of feel that. So I think it could be a piece of sawdust. Definitely don't want it to be part of that paper. Yeah, this is definitely black walnut. The wood. One of them anyway. The other's cherry. All right, let's go back to our 400. I think whatever that is in there is embedded and it's not just on the surface here. I think that's just showing through the epoxy. And that was kind of the point in using the epoxy. But you know, some dude and his OCD tends to take over. I don't know why. Welcome back, though, BK. I'm glad to have you in the chat again. I have Dad's workshop up on one phone. Looks like he's shut it down or it's blacked out. One of the two. I can't quite tell. Back with the up to the 2000 grit wet sand again. Just this side because I think we got the other one. The Death Hatter says, do I sell them? They're really nice. I am going to. I have to set up an Etsy shop or a website. But people can always make live donation requests. And if you say, hey, I'll give you this much money for it, we can make a deal. But I'll never start the bidding or the price. You have to tell me what you want to pay. And then I'll either just say yes or no. So far, it's been all yeses. Not had anybody lowball me yet. But the day is young. Little Pisces piece. I got to get used to these. Try to get used to pricing stuff. It's been a while. Because I'm a contractor by day, so generally that pricing is pretty absolute. Find it difficult to price art. I guess if you call this art, I mean, it's subjective. Try to get you a good angle. But I think there's a place for epoxy in this world. Thanks for the likes. I appreciate it. 62 of you. 62 of you. Let's see how this fits. Fits good. I think we got it shiny-ish. So I like it. I like that I got some bleed on both sides of the wood so I can have those colors show up. I like that it's kind of petite. It's a little thinner than previous rings. Pretty good. Very happy with this. I think I would like to see blue in that. Would be nice. Where's the knife? Oh, Brad, you here for the action, Jackson. We're gonna make this a knife. So I feel like Brad saying, let's get started on that part. And I'm with you, buddy. Let's get started on that part. The first thing we gotta do, because this is broken, I believe. If you look at it closely, seems to be a crack happening right there. Seems to be going through. So what I want to do is cut this off, make a different kind of knife out of it. But we got to draw that out, right? We got to figure out what that's going to look like. And we'll replace this handle with a couple scraps of wood out of the yard and make it into a real handle. Like yeah, that would be nice. A wedding set. Yeah, I am going to put a finish on it. So this is the handle that I made out of the other stick in my yard and made a mallet out of that. Turned out pretty good. It's kind of one of my faves. The blade needs to fit to nearly the bottom of the handle. Yeah, this blade, I think is full tang. I think it goes down here. So I'm going to reuse that part. And then I'm going to make the knife out of that. Does that make sense? Or am I mistaking you? Because you're definitely more experienced than me, BK. I think what we're going to do is chop that off. What wood this is? This appears to be hickory. I think it's hickory. When I looked it up on the old YouTube, I meant the Google, it said this was hickory. I also, Calvin said this might be sweet gum, and he is pretty knowledgeable about such things, so could be that too. So we gotta chop that out. I'm not exactly sure how, but I'm gonna get my grinder and I'm gonna get a metal cut blade, a good old Diablo. Had this one in the packaging for a while. I will buy blades on sale if they're a good brand. And these are a good brand and they're often on sale. So I'll often get them. Metal blades got some diamond quality to it. Metal cutoff blade. So better than them little black ones that shred up when you cut something with them for the first time, I think. But we'll see. That grows where you leave, a strong wood they use for fencing sweet gum. Oh, good. So where's our grinder? Now, as you all know, I'm doing a bathroom renovation. So this is the blade that I have on my grinder for that. Excellent blade. Great for cutting tile. I'm cutting porcelain right now, and it does great. Just in case you didn't know, this is the lock stop on the back of the grinder to hold it. That's really all you need to loosen a grinder blade. And because of the direction that it spins in, it's never going to spin itself loose and come off like that. And I know that's the fear for everyone. But that's just not how it happens. Pop him on like that. I think I got my blade on backwards. Something felt wrong to me. I'm going to draw an arrow on it just to be sure though. First, I'm going to kick my stuff down. Sometimes I swear I feel like I'm a little bit dyslexic, like my arrow's going that way. My arrow's going that way. And I cannot remember sometimes. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, you know what I mean? I think I'm going the opposite way. Let's see. All we gotta do is plug it up, spin it once, and we'll know for sure. I don't know why I'm having a brain fog about it. Like, I do not know how even I'm having a brain fog about it. So we're definitely going the right way. You see? So now we'll hit the lock. And we're tight. That's all we need. Jim Owen says, writing up, bro. Writing up, bro. What you mean? Like on a job? Like you letting somebody know that I'm doing something wrong? I'm not sure what you mean. Cause I'm the boss, huh? If anybody does the writing up, it's gonna be me. No, it's not backwards. The writing does not always go up. What always happens, let me explain something to you. There's always arrows on these things. Always. And the arrows decide which way the blade spins. If you look at this one, the arrow's right there. Blade's supposed to spin this way, right? That means that way. See the way the blade's spinning? That way. The way the arrows are. I've been a contractor for 33 years. The arrows rule, and the writing is not always up. It's not always up. That totally depends on the tool. I appreciate how you could think that, but in this particular instance, you're wrong. You're wrong. The homie Nikki New appears to be. I wonder if I can break this or if I need to cut this. I don't know if these are pins or what that are holding these in and what they're made of. Well, I know what can tell us. give us some information. Cheap plastic. Maybe we can reuse these, maybe not. But we do have some brass ones if we need. May have to cut that little nib off. I wonder if we can whack those down. Nah. Just gonna have to keep breaking it. Fortunately, I'm relatively good at it. Didn't do a bad job knocking those in. They didn't. They don't want to loosen up and come out. Can always get them the hard way. Turns out those are brass too. Who knew? Well, I should have let him escape, but it didn't. If you're doing this, wear goggles. I'm sorry you can't hear me. But the thing is, do you even need to hear me while I'm doing that? You know what I'm saying? That ain't a bad blade. I'll tell you that right now. Let's go ahead and pop that out. Get up out of there. We can just bang those through. Keep it right there on the edge. Give it a little whack. It just ain't dropping out. Let's see if this one. No better. One. Guess I could drill it out too, but I really thought that was close. The vibration of the phone on the table. It's kind of bugging me the worst. Yep, I think I will utilize the hole in my bench. That's a good idea. boy just don't want to come out of there. It just don't. But you know what? We do have this grinder. We got it for as long as we want it. No need to muck around. If they don't want to come out after that, you're a part of that steel and it's going to be fine anyway. There we go. It's coming. There we go. 4 holes. Fantastic. Now, the idea is, what's our knife shape gonna be? Smoke your head in this way with some fire. Get over here. What you waiting on? Sheesh. We need the fire. We need to fire them. Hold on, this is my wife. Hey, babe. What's up? Okay. So about a half hour, you think? Sounds good. Bye-bye. Yeah, this chick I'm seeing. We've been married for a couple of years. I think it's gonna go pretty good. I think she's into me. Let's see. We need something we can write on this metal with. Like, because one thing is I don't have a bunch of cool knives, right? So I don't, in my head, automatically have a good knife shape. Miss does it, absolutely. Will the Sharpie do all right? So usually knives will be, like, I'll just use the same backside, right? But usually there'll be like some sort of hooky, tough guy thing right here, right? Like a, and then there's like a, right? Something like that? Or no? Or is it more like that? And then like that? What's a little bit of both? What if I just start here like that? Basic shape. And maybe just put a little bend over on it right there. A little more on it right there. And that was something a little bit like that right there. Good talking to yourself again, Wes. Yeah, exactly. What the heck? Carnage? In here all the time. Except the time. You know what I'm saying? Tell you what we're going to do. I think we got to dunk this thing in. Don't we got to heat it up and then dunk it in water or something crazy to keep it from going bad somehow? I don't know. I'm going to just cut that bad boy out. That's going to be that. Then we'll get to shaping it on the doggone doojamahickey and the thingamajig. You know what I'm saying? Hamzy, how you doing? How you doing? I'm going to refinish the blade. I'm doing everything. Sharp depends on your purpose. If it's generally hard work, you want a straight spine. Okay. Right now, we're going to go straight into cutting this thing off. Get rid of that bad metal. And maybe we can use this for something later. But we're going to refinish all of this stuff. Don't worry. We got stuff to do still. I probably should put some eye protection on for this portion of the event. That's probably out in the truck. Give me a second. I'm going to be right back. Don't go nowhere. I might have to take something for my nerves on the way to the truck. So I'll be back. Action Jackson. Where you at, paper champion? I'm here. I did not have my goggles around, so I just grabbed these. Smash that like, noobs. Says smoke. Look at me with the cool shades on. Yeah. Yeah. Always, if you're going to be shooting sparks, aim them directly at your crotch. Basic shape so far. Not too bad. I don't think. Safety squints. You're getting there, baby. Yeah. We got a knife. Oh, we got a knife. Yeah. We got a knife. We got a knife. Hmm. 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 Boing, boing, boing. I could use a little tang thing. Yeah, there's a little Diablo blade on the grinder. I'll show you the packaging if I see it. I just literally opened this up a few moments ago. Sure. Moments ago. I'll throw everything at my feet. But yeah, I don't know where I did with the packaging. But yes, it's a Diablo and it's specific to metal cut off. With the diamonds, 4.5 inch metal cut off Diablo. It's done good so far. Pretty good. It says it's made for I-beams. My dad just picked up a diamond one and loves it. Hey, definitely. On a little whittling knife, I get my length shape on the grinder with a bowl of cold water. Smart. I probably have ruined everything without the cold water. Now I'm gonna put this on the sander over here, the belt sander, and I wonder if I need to quench it as I do that. I've heard people suggest that is the way to go. You know what I'm saying? I've heard that suggested, but I haven't personally. I think I'm going to do that little bit of a curve if I can pull it off. I don't even know if that does anything. I just think it's going to look cool. As far as this, I think I might have to cut this a little sharper, maybe. Just so that when I put my pieces on here, that they hold. I don't know if that'll matter really at all. Yeah. Who really knows? Keeping cool is super important. I would do that before it changes colors. Okay, I got you. So I'll just keep me a little water nearby, a little bucket of water, and then we'll start chopping the thing up. But we also are going to get this off, and we're going to grind that off. Also, over there on the belt sander. But I think we might do that with WD-40, and that may be what we use to keep that cool. No, because if I do that, I won't be able to use my belts again for anything else. Just be careful of it warping. Right. So you can see that I got some pretty good metal just below the surface, so that's pretty encouraging. I'm gonna get a little bit of that off. I want to put a stop on the handle from keeping cutting my hand and the plate from sliding. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking I need to cut that little notch out and then also use a piece of metal, you know what I'm saying? Like to do that, to have one of those things. I don't know what you call it, but a little stop right there at the edge. I think that's a great idea. I wonder if I've got something I can use for that available. I wonder if this is long enough. be long enough. I have to cut that out, right? And then just use that plate, and I'll round that plate because that is brass. So I can do that. I'll cut me a little slice thick enough to get my blade through up to that point. That'll be my stop. And that'll be a way to do that. Pretty easily. I'll keep the grinder set up. And first I'm going to get this off of here. I think I'm going to do that with my files. Because I don't want to abuse the belts on my belt sander just yet. Just yet. I think I do need a pair of decent gloves though for this process. Got one right hand, and that'll be primarily what I'm holding stuff with. Wes Chatham here, but I'm about to be quiet because I'm driving. Hitting the like button now. Appreciate it, Killer Cow. Not the tang. The tang is the middle blade and the handle. If the tang was short, it would tear out the sides of the handle. I learned that one. Woo! That sucks. So I got a question for you, BK. Now this is my circumstance, right? Here's my question. Does my wood need to come all the way to this metal and follow it? Or can it be out here, and can I like recess it in this shape into one side of the handle and have my handle look solid all the way around? Yes, it has to come to the metal. The wood has to shape with the metal. Is that what we're saying? There's probably a slight delay on mine. I would say you could recess it as long as it's secure. I can definitely recess it pretty good. I kind of like this little piece hanging out for the, you know what I'm saying, put a little strap on it or something. Might be cool. Didn't get to watch the taste test yesterday. I like how this is starting out though. What's going on, country? You can do that. Okay. Well, let's do this then. Let's go ahead and get these barbs off of here with the file. We got plenty of those available for us. And once we get that off, we can kind of get to our shaping right after. To kind of get some of that started. Get that shape a little more defined. I don't want to shape it with the sander. This way I can't much overheat it. Use 2 pieces of wood for what? Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Got a little hump right here I want to get out. I promise you I want to be a blacksmith so bad. And I know this ain't it. That's why I want to be one so bad. You guys have seen Handmade by Ron? Whew. That guy, fun to watch. Feel like I'm getting the basic shape. Feel like I'm getting real close to the basic shape of it. Still got a little bounce in it, but that's all right. I could put this in a vise and work it like that. I could fasten it this way. I'll do that. You all can see it a little better this way. But the sacrifice of that may be that we get some bounce that you guys are gonna have to deal with. Well, sound wise, a little bit of boing, if you will. These one-hand clamps are not as easy in a pinch, but they're infinitely better than them single joints. I'll tell you that. One-handers are trash. Can't stand them. Now you can see, and I can work as long as I don't gouge myself in the important bits. Alright. No, that sounds terrible. Let's try this. I'm in anticipation of that sander too. And that is where we are headed right now. Shall we? Let's go. Be back with some water. The perfect quench canister. All right. Back to it. thick. Grab that. Had to take a quick second, go rinse out my eyeballs, because this thing, when it spins, for whatever reason, it sends a puff of air straight up this way, and like that's right in my face. I don't know why it'd be there, but it was blowing underneath my sunglasses and got stuff in my eye. So I wanted to make sure I was good there. But this is what we got so far. Not sharp yet, but that blade is coming along. Still got some more grinding to do for sure, but so far we have not discolored our blade any, and it's a little thicker than I expected. It's pretty good along the spine. I think we got something on the way. You know what I'm saying? Something on the way. So we're just gonna keep going. That's all we can do. Keep on swimming, keep on swimming. Maybe some of this over here would be some good. We're gonna do this first though. I need this on. Yeah, let's go. Okay, you got it figured out. I appreciate you keeping the missus on my mind. Yeah, she's gonna come down and give you one this time. What wood was the handle? This handle I think is a hickory. It could also be a sweet gum. Based on my friend Calvin at Dad's workshop, he's got a lot of information on tree species, a lot more than me. But remotely, he said that's what it looks like to him. I'm going to change this to an 80 grit off of this 120 grit, I think that is. See if we can get a little bit more bite out of it. You know what I'm saying? This is really for more fine sanding. But let's grab our pliers and we'll change this out. I don't know who that is. Silence. No, thank you. All right. Now we also got to pull this screw. Send a bit off to burn. Distinct scent, different species, differences between hickory and gum. What scent would I be looking apart? I can chop a little piece right now. What smell would I be distinguished by? That sounds like my wife coming down the stairs to ruin everything. God. Just kidding.
What?
You're on camera, by the way. You ready?
I'm ready.
I'll put this belt on and then we'll go ahead and take
Oh, okay. That comes first. I got it.
It comes first, last, primary. You are the side effect. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall. All right. Make that work. Sort of. These don't seem to open entirely the way that they're supposed to. As if I know how they're supposed to. But it will work. It just takes some fidgeting because I don't know what I'm doing yet. Sometimes just do it like this. Good right there. I'll put this back on. Wait. All right, tighten that up, and then it's in there, like that. Got it. All right, and then now I'm gonna take that little cute woman to her appointment because I know when I'm lucky for having her and I ain't gonna drop the ball. So we'll see y'all when I come back. And when I come back, we are going to continue building this knife. This is really coming along better than expected. And then we'll get us some wood. We'll get some shaving. We'll get all of this. We'll get all into this. All of it done. Thanks for hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for hitting that like. I really do appreciate that. And if you ever get in the mood to do a super chat, like, be still my heart. So, yo, I do got super chats. I got 12 bucks up there. Y'all did that behind my back, under my nose. Whoever did, I gotta see about them. Can't let that go. Oh, that was my good friend earlier with the Euros. Deuces to all y'all. Yo, we're gonna see you again real soon. Real soon, meaning in a couple hours. Y'all have a great afternoon. Get something good to eat. Kiss somebody in their mouth.